I've read some pen test results where, the guys, they snuck in and, they're posing as the phone company or the fire marshal and they're able to get access to the equipment and, okay. Yeah, that's kind of outside, right? I mean, what's the likelihood of that? You're vulnerable to it. If a nation state wants to do that to you, good luck. They're going to get in, right? But test with real-world scenarios with things that are really likely to affect you. For instance, you want to simulate malware, right? You want to simulate real attack situations that you're likely to encounter every day, and you want to do this in secret. Because if the operations people know this is going to happen, right, they're going to act different. And you're not just testing the controls. You're not just testing the equipment. You're not testing the software. You're testing the people because they're part of this. So you don't want them all hyper-vigilant and acting differently. And lastly,
Hey! Hey!
Win-lose. Most immature companies, I've found, and this is pretty prevalent in maritime. There's an attitude that, oh, I don't want you looking, we're going to win this. We don't want you to find anything. How did we do? It's not a win-lose thing. I mean, pen testing is about documenting your controls. It's about proving they work. And if they don't work, you want to know they don't work because you want to bridge that gap, right? You want to make sure that it's filled. You want to make sure that it is functional. So mature companies embrace pen testing as evidence that the control works or an opportunity to improve the control. Right? It's not a win-lose. But, the cartoon goes to, is true. There's a lot of, I should say the video, that's an attitude that certain companies have. They're terrified of the pen test, where companies have been through it for years are not afraid of it. They embrace it. They look forward to it because it documents their success. So, also run practice drills for incidents and recovery, right? I remember friends of mine who worked at Lockheed Martin, they would restore their databases once a month. They would intentionally tear them down and restore them so that when an emergency happened, it was no problem, right? I mean, that's a good process. Mature companies also do tabletop exercises where you can, kind of say, okay, this is what's going to happen today. We're going to have an event, and you step through the process to kind of build confidence that your team can recover. And I can tell you, one of the injects, an inject is a situation we throw in randomly, but it's not random, because I always find the superhero IT guy and make sure, oh, that guy, he's out today, right? Because you want to see how they're going to do under the worst case scenarios. So you want to do that for both incident response and recovery. So, to recap, those who succeed use a formal governance process to govern their cybersecurity program. This consists of a cyber risk assessment process. This consists of a documented control inventory. It consists of real-world testing. If you implement this one process, and by one process I mean governance, you will reduce the frequency of the incidents. You will reduce the disruption they caused. You will reduce unanticipated cyber incident costs. And you will recover quickly from incidents. If you want to get, that's the end of the presentation. But if you'd like to get in touch with us, feel free. There's my email address. You can contact our partners here, Marine Innovation, Facebook, LinkedIn, the Twitter. I hate Twitter. And now, sir, I'm ready to be challenged.
Thank you, Gideon. So the challengers now, I'm sure you have some challenging questions for Gideon.